We firmly believe, as does 2 years worth of research, that there is a huge business, a huge industry in travel team sports. And what it will do is become Westfield's industry, and it's tourism. And that might sound a little wacky in Hamilton County, but all of our research shows us this is going to work. It is a business. It's just not a factory. It doesn't have smoke stacks on it. But it will employ a lot of people, and it will bring a lot of people here. And I've had a lot of people come up to me and say, you know, Mayor, you're nuts. You know, you can't make money off of a 300-acre soccer field. I totally agree. We don't intend to make a penny off of the soccer fields. But if you look at your map there of the entire area, and I'm told it's green and red, is that about right? Okay. This area right here, we have 31 right here, 32 is across the base. The 31-32 interchange that will be built in 14 is right here. And the 191st Street interchange is up here that will be built in 2015. So this park development area is right between two interchanges on a freeway that don't even exist today. The land that the city has purchased is this 300 acres that you see right here.
Green.
Green, thank you. That is where the sports facilities will go. The 1,400 acres that's primarily in red is this targeted area all the way around it. And just like the downtown where our plaza will be, that will be the city property. This will be the city property. The area around this is privately owned, will remain privately owned, and is the targeted economic development area. If we do our job well, the private sector will want to come in these areas and deal with willing sellers and build the rest, the hotels, the entertainment, and the shopping that 250,000 visitors a year will need to have. And that's what our projections show.
Mention the medical.
Yeah, the buildings that are coming in. The industries that we see coming in there are not only, as Tom says, the hospitality business, but the medical research, medical treatment, sports medicine. We already have several hospitals of our local hospitals here competing amongst each other for naming rights to this facility. This will be a nationally recognized facility for travel team sports. Because if any of you have ever done this before, and parents follow their children all over the Midwest and the country and spend a lot of dollars, what's typically happens is you go to Columbus, Ohio, but you play games in Worthington, in Dublin, in Columbus, and all over the place. And yes, we stay over there and we stay over there. Where are we going to eat? What this does is put all the competition and all of the facilities in one location. And it makes it a very unique facility in the entire country. There are some like this, but none have really begun with this much undeveloped land adjacent to a freeway that has utilities readily available to it. And our economic development forecasts show us that this area can develop over a 20-year period. What our economic development forecast did not tell us is that there is a type of business we didn't anticipate, and it's senior living. And our economic forecast didn't tell us that a senior living facility is today in the process of buying 10 acres right here in the middle of nowhere and is ready to begin construction as soon as they can on a senior living facility, because they see great interest in marketing their facility, because people want to be around all these youngsters and their sports when they want to be in the activities associated with such. We didn't even anticipate that, and we haven't even turned dirt yet. The numbers are like this. This facility, land, and improvements will cost approximately $45 million. That's a lot of money, and we recognize that. It'll be financed in a number of different means. We can't announce it yet, so don't tell anybody. We're being awarded $1 million grant from the County Convention and Visitors Bureau to start the facility off. Why? They're in the business of hospitality. This is what they do. We'll be funded by the grants like that. We'll go to the Indiana Economic Development people. If this were a factory, what would they be doing for us? Roads, sewers, you name it. This is a business. There will be sponsorships, naming rights, use fees. We will use public funds. What we intend to do is, you've heard about TIF districts. This area will be an economic development area that as businesses come in, their tax dollars will be partially captured and used to build this facility and the infrastructure that's within it.
Do you anticipate any winter sports facilities and arenas or anything?
Yes, there is programmed in here about a 50,000 square foot indoor facility that is right now intended to be used for practice for these designated sports. The designated sports are softball, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, rugby, field hockey, and football. Now, that indoor facility has already seen interest from the private sector in, well, even the YMCA. Some other private people are coming to us and say, hey, is there a way we could joint venture on this indoor facility and maybe make it more of a use? Yes, there is. We're looking at that. But I've been, that question comes up. Okay, yeah, we live up here in Indiana. How can this thing be used? Well, I'll simply tell you that one of the successful places that we looked at that's been successful, not quite this large, but it's in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So if they can make it work, yeah, we truly think we can. And let me I'll finish out by throwing these kind of numbers at you. If we invest $45 million, and that will not all be public money, our economic projections tell us that this development area will, in 20 years, produce over $2 billion of commercial assessed valuation. At $2 billion, today's tax rates, that would bring annually to the city of Westfield $65 million in taxes. $65 million in taxes. So for an investment of $45 million, we would see over a 20-year build-out a return on our investment of over $2 billion, creating $65 million in income to the city. With the city, our total budget today is $20 million. And I will tell you this, the sports complex is designed to be a break-even facility. As I said, we don't intend to make money with it. And to tell you how conservative our projections are, we are counting on this area being built out in 20 years, and we are only counting on 20 to 25% of that actually happening.
You expect it all.
We expect it all, but we can make this work if only 20-25% of that actually happens. We're pretty excited about that. It's extremely unique. It sets us apart. I mean, Carmel has its Palladium. I mean, I think it's great.
It's a Deer Creek sports complex, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Deer Creek is wonderful, but Deer Creek is, people come to it for an event and they leave. These people here, they come for a week to 3 or 4 days.
They can.
They literally camp. I mean, maybe you've done some of that.
Oh, yeah.
And, we already have an anchor in the Indiana Bowls, which is a baseball, a well-recognized baseball system. We've got soccer people that will be here, and we'll be able to announce more of that later. We have our own youth sports, WYSI, WYSA will be here. This is projected so far to have annual visitors of over 250,000 people a year, which will be wonderful for our downtown. Our Convention and Visitors Bureau from the county, which now will be getting a grant. What they want people to do is to visit Powder Prairie and Noblesville, and through a very cumbersome bureaucratic passport system, we will allow some people to visit the place. But we will control it. So it's this is not something that we just came up with overnight. We've been working with it, with the sports group, the council. We've been working with the council for over a year on this now. And believe me, they kind of looked at me at first like, what are you talking about? But we've been working on it together for a long time. And just tell you, I mean, how strongly that we feel about it. I've also had several people come up to me and say, hold on, Mayor, I mean, you're being stupid. It's election season. Why in the world would you be bringing something forward during election season? And I'll tell you, time is of the essence. We want to get this thing broken ground this fall so we can use it next year, so that we can book tournaments next year. And if you feel that strongly about something, I'm not going to hide it behind political scrutiny. If it's the right thing to do, it's the right thing to do.